right. You said your name's Paul?
Paul.
I appreciate it. Thank you for doing this interview, man. And like I said, I'll give you $10 for the interview, and I'll give you $100 if you disprove the stuff I'm laying down, or if we agree on the same stuff, then,
Okay.
you know, it is what it is. So,
Paul the Israelite, by the way.
huh?
Paul
Israelite?
the Israelite.
Israelite? All right, cool, man. Paul the Israelite. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open-minded would you say you are?
Excuse me, say it again.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how open-minded would you say you are?
10.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you think you should look at both sides of an argument before you make an opinion on a subject?
You have the whole conclusion of the matter.
All right. Do you trust your senses?
Yes.
All right. Do you trust the government?
No. Well, I mean, what government?
Like it's government in general. Like maybe not like local police, though. Like the
Oh,
higher up, the
like,
very
just
higher up, the
govern
elite.
people.
Like the higher up. Like,
I trust government. I
the
trust
very high up?
govern people,
But-
but I don't, you know.
I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah. But I don't trust American government.
All right.
Democracy, that's a different thing, you know.
Do you think the majority is always right?
No.
All right. How do you believe everything came to be? Do you believe in the Big Bang? Or do you believe in creationism?
Yahweh.
The what?
Yahweh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
Yahweh.
creationism, pretty much.
Creation. Kinda. I mean, you had some some multiple choice shit for me?
No, I based off like 7 questions, and I get into the topic, man.
Okay.
What would be your definition of science?
Oh, knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
All right. You believe that science should be observable, measurable, testable, and repeatable? Would you say that's kind of like the core of it?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, the word imputable. Okay. So imputable. Okay.
Repeatable, just observable.
Repeatable.
You
Yeah,
think that's the
observable.
core of science, kind of though?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
That's like the core: observable, measurable, testable, repeatable. We kind of agree on that, or?
Yeah. Like, yeah. Like you come like people come like with science and knowledge. Like we all come together with all that. So like, is that reputable?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Do you think science should ever be a closed book?
No.
Two, what's the difference between a belief and a knowing?
Okay. What's that theory? My bad. What's that theory? The hypotenuse or something?
Hypothesis?
Hypothesis. Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
it.
But I mean, so
So what I believe is science should be what?
well, no, I said, what's the difference between a belief and a knowing?
Belief and a knowing. Okay. See, faith without it's faith. Faith without works is like it's works. Works.
For what, a belief? You're saying?
A belief is yeah. So for belief is works.
It's like in faith or whatever, having it for a belief or whatever.
Belief, yeah. It's faith and works though.
I get what you're saying. And then, what do you think a knowing is? Would you agree a knowing's there's 2 people here talking right now? That's a knowing, 100% fact.
That's like okay. Yeah,
Would you agree that's a knowing?
More science. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's science. Like too. Like we here. Yeah. So I ain't gonna say nothing that I ain't going over yet. No, but
That's a knowing. We agreed there's 2 people who are talking. That's a knowing. That's all I'm saying. Just come to an agreement on that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And here's where it gets off, and I'll just go from here, man. What shape do you think the Earth is? Do you believe it's flat? Do you believe it's without form? Do you believe it's an oblate spheroid, how we've always been taught? Like
It's flat with firmament.
with the firmament? Oh, all right. And can I ask you why you believe that?
Yeah, through my studies going through, like, I've been on this earth for 34 years, right? So, through my studies, I find out the earth is flat through certain books I read.
Maybe you said
And I read a lot of books. There's so many that I can't even name them more. I wish I can right
it does
now.
say the Bible. It basically states that it doesn't say it's flat, but it says it's
It
stationary.
got firmament. It's stationary with firmament, right?
It doesn't move.
It does. No, it don't move.
Yeah, and it doesn't move at all. It's stationary. I mean, there's I think 200 Bible verses that say. I'm not saying that's a scientific fact, but I mean, there's over 200 Bible verses that says the Earth does not move. All right. Well, I don't believe. I'm not going to say it's flat, but I'm with you on that it's stationary, and this is the main subject. However, and you're the first person I got on video actually saying. I've got about 15 other videos of everyone's that disagree with me on it. So I mean, we're kind of in the same thing. I kind of believe what the Bible. I believe it says.
I think it's flat, but I think it got
a
it
dome,
got 3
like,
heavens and a dome. You feel me?
over
It's 3 heavens though. And nobody can penetrate that. So Nessa in Hebrew mean
to deceive.
to deceive.
Yeah, you've done your research, huh, man? Well, some people say it does. Like I've heard that before too. All right. Some of the reasons.
And I got go.
Nah, so I mean, some of the proofs I use on it is like, you know how fluids behave, water. Like, you'd agree water takes the shape of its container 1,000,000% of the time.
Yes. I mean, yes.
So I mean, one of your proofs would have to be, since you think it's a level plane, if water always if water always takes the shape of its container, then it'd have to be. I mean, it would deny, like the Detroit River right here, it's level, right?
Right.
So that's one proof right there that the
There we
Earth ain't a
go.
ball, because water
Yeah.
don't bend and hold form. All right. And then let's get to your part about the firmament, because I like that science part too.
Yeah.
So we live in a positive pressure system, right? And they sell us spaces like some type of vacuum or whatever. So it's like, it's not a perfect vacuum, but it's a different pressurized environment. So through natural like application in science, it's known to create like pressure like that, you need a sealed container. Like, so I mean, you already know you can't, two opposing pressure systems existing side by side with no
Right.
solid separation, that's physically impossible. You never seen nothing like that, right? So how could our atmosphere stay adjacent to the vacuum space without a solid barrier, right? You know your stuff.
No. I'm familiar with it, but I can't like tell
Articulate
you
it like,
I can't tell you about it too much, you know.
but you
But
just,
I'm familiar with it, you know.
yeah, you've looked into it a little bit
Yeah, I
though.
looked into it. Yeah.
You know what the North Star is?
That's a good question.
I can tell you what it is real quick.
What, Gabriel?
No, the North Star. It's this is the point where I tell people if they can. But you're already kind of in agreements with me. But if they can disprove it, I'll go over it real quick because people give you counters or whatever for like proofs of the ball.
Yeah.
The North Star. It's the only stationary star.
But a star is a ball.
It's a circle up there. I mean,
It's a circle. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not.
yeah. So the North Star is its only stationary star up there supposedly, and it's right above the North Pole. It's right in the middle. I like to say we live in a realm because in the Bible it says. You know, I'm not saying it's a scientific proof, but it says God made the earth and it was without form. So I don't say it's flat. I do believe it's stationary. I believe it's but I don't know. I don't believe it has a shape actually, man. That's just my opinion. But I believe that North Star is stationary and everything does it vibrates a little bit, but everything does perfect geocentric circles around it.
North Star. Okay.
It's right in the middle of us. So
Yeah.
basically it would be everything spinning around us, and that would cause the Coriolis effect in each part of the world.
So that's-
The moon would push the tides, the sun would contract the tides. They say if you shoot a bullet west when the sun's there, the bullet will dip down because of the Coriolis effect. I say that's based off a false axiom. And if you
Yeah.
shoot a bullet west at nighttime when the moon's there, the bullet's going to bounce up. And then you know the difference between eclipses and stuff, like a lunar eclipse, solar eclipse.
The lunar. I know
They tell
different
us the solar
eclipses.
eclipse is basically well, you can see that the moon going in front of the sun.
There's biblical facts too.
Yeah, but then you know what they tell a lunar eclipse is?
I mean, a lot of people say it's a full moon, but it's not. It's a dark moon.
Well, no, the lunar eclipse they say in the mainstream is they say it's the
they
sun
say?
casting the Earth's shadow on the moon. But you know, me and you believe there ain't no Earth in between the sun and the moon, right? If it's flat, like
Right.
No, so-
I mean, exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry.
so basically, it's the sun's shadow being casted on the moon for a lunar eclipse. That's how they would. That's a lot of people say, oh, if the Earth was flat or not a ball, then it would be like they'd show like a little line across the moon saying that's a flat Earth eclipse. For a lunar eclipse, no. If you don't believe anything's between the sun and the moon, it's actually the sun blocking out that moon all the way across the way. Can I ask you? So you just how long you been believing this for?
Like, I've been studying for the past 5 years. Like,
So did you
Who
believe?
I am.
You said you're
Sorry.
33 or
I'm 33.
33. So
I'm 34. I'll be 35 at the end of the year.
so you're 29 when you came across the subject. So you used to believe it was a ball or whatever, like until.
Actually, I ain't paying no mind.
Well, no, most people don't pay much mind. Did
Yeah.
someone have to point it out to you, or did you just actually
No. I just woke up to it.
just woke up and you're like, yeah, they're feeding me a bunch of crap or whatever,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. You know.
And then when you just use your own senses, basically, or
Yeah,
like,
and you be like, yeah.
yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I
Not
mean,
bad.
so basically, I mean, we're in agreement. Like I said, I'll hook you up with $10. Like, yeah, we're both on the agreement on this. I mean, fairly
Are we?
agreement.
Are we?
Yeah,
No, it
but
is though.
without
like,
form,
when
I
it
just said,
comes-
I don't-
yeah,
we
without
base-
form, yeah, no doubt, yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, you know, and like, and then it's three heavens.
like I say, I don't really actually claim like.
Nah, you don't
I'm not going to
religion.
say that.
Yeah.
That maybe there's a firmament, maybe there's not. I know the Bible does say it or whatever, but I know that through science and application, two opposing pressure systems can not exist side by side. Have you ever seen a
No, I mean,
pressurized deodorant canister before? Like that you spray your armpits with a pressurized deodorant canister?
Yeah, like
That's
yeah,
a negative
yeah.
pressure
I
in
just
there.
had one of those, the Old Spice joint.
Yeah. To create that pressure, you need a sealed unit. So how is our atmosphere adjacent to the vacuum space without a sealed unit, like you'd say a
Was you a
firmament?
science teacher?
No, I've just looked in the subject. I believed in the ball for a long time, and then I've
Yeah,
had someone challenge me,
looked into it, challenge
and I was like, man, that's ridiculous. That's what the Bible says. There's too many people to be in on this subject. And what I think is that like at NASA and stuff. I don't believe everyone in there. I don't believe everyone in there's in on it. I believe obviously the astronauts have to be in on
They
it.
just
But they just
deceived.
believe they're just. I believe that you got departmentalization or compartmentalization, and and you believe what you're putting out there, and not everyone in there knows pretty much.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah. So that's why you got to be out here doing what you're doing.
and I'm trying to get people at least question it, because I mean there's a lot of
You get better understanding.
there's scientists that are actually going against us because that are actually like, hey, I don't buy this crap
No,
anymore.
no. It's
And
in the
then
Bible too. Look. In the Bible it says, they gonna deceive us. They gonna tell us a bunch of lies.
It does say that. It does.
Yeah, it say they gonna tell us a bunch of lies before your house shall come back. That's what we call Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So when he come back, all this stuff gonna be plain and simple. It's gonna be in our heart, like our mind. Our heart is our mind anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate the interview, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. No, thank you for interviewing me.
For real.